Go Big Red. Welcome to the BugPod. This is HuskerHolys here with Clear the Runway, the Jumbo Jet, Jon Linden. Oh my goodness, how are you doing, Jon?
Hey, I'm doing great. How you doing?
I'm doing all right, but why are you wearing your Dodgers stuff right now? I mean,
you know, the Dodgers are world champs, right?
Yeah.
You got to think like a champion.
No,
Roger
Dodger.
Hey,
Yep.
That's right.
Yeah.
You know
I
what?
get it.
Back in the day when Nebraska was winning national championship, you know who donned the Husker hat?
Who?
Deion Sanders.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So, but you know, he's a he has his own troubles.
It'll be interesting to see how they do without his kids. I
Yeah.
have no idea how that guy is going to do.
Yeah, he's making some changes, but it's kind of funny.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's been a long off season. What made it really long was no spring game.
Yeah, I understand why Rule decided to cancel the spring game, but it's been something that we've done for a long time.
Yeah.
And it's cheap. Your whole family can go. It's just a chance to see Huskers and different ones that are playing.
At least we got something, but the attendance was very low.
Yeah.
And
I disagree of taking out the red-white game, but
yeah,
that's above my pay grade.
It really is. Those people are the professionals, and let the coaches coach.
And let the players play.
That's but there are things that right now look exciting, and it's not hype videos. We're genuinely seeing things we haven't seen. It's exciting. Archie the Aussie, our punter, can punt with two legs. He was a professional.
Yes.
Aussie rules football, and if you've never seen Aussie rules football, it's kind of like rugby, but you have to dribble the ball. It's kind of a fatter football, and then you have 4 goalposts that you have to aim and kick it through to score. You don't just run it in for a score. Kicking is how you score in the game. He can kick on the run, both legs. I've met the guy. We'll talk later, and he really loves his mom and dad. Yeah, he's an who can also throw, and he can throw ambidextrously too.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, nice guy too, but he loves his mom and dad, which I'm glad he made the trip, and what I really love is Indomitian Sue reached out to him and said, "Hey man, if you need me to fly your parents out, I will fly them whenever you want, but here's the deal. Next year I'm going to Melbourne, you show me around town." So that's really cool. We have the number 1 offensive coordinator in the nation with Holgerson.
Yeah, Dana, great.
We have the number 1 special teams coach in Eckler. And at the practice that they had, there were no special teams errors at all.
Yeah. And he's a former Husker, too.
And under Pelini, he was our special teams coach. And we had solid special teams under Pelini.
Wait a minute. Did he play at Nebraska or did he play at Kansas State?
I don't know, but he was our special teams coach under Pelini.
Yeah.
And we had solid special teams then. So there are things that look good. Our offensive line looks much improved. We got Rocco Spindler, the Notre Dame transfer. And Pritchett, the guy who's being paid $1 million a year, who started at Bama, he's third string. They say the guys we have are better than the $1 million player. And Rule is saying, I don't care if he's getting paid. If he's jumping off sides, I don't want him to play. Yep. So that's the guy that we thought was going to be a stud. The people we already have are much better. So that's very exciting.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you hit on kids, sometimes you don't. That's the name of the game. But I'm glad we got some guys in there that are better than him. That means that he didn't miss on some of these kids.
So that's a lot of things. I don't know if I can call Coach Rule the Ewok anymore.
Why?
Because he looked good. He's a lean, mean fighting machine.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen some of his.
He's dropped a ton of weight. Yeah. He's got some energy about him. He said in the video where they're touring the training table, he says he's carb-free and he loves his wings. And carb-free keto, so he's lost some weight and he looks good.
The grill wing, not the...
I think that's a response to, did you see in the video game, Matt Rule, originally they had him like a Mangino big. Like he looked like a big round Pac-Man, waka, 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 Yeah. And they've since updated his player model because Matt Rule even before weight loss was not that big, but they made him as big as me. I'm a big round guy. I'm sorry, Matt Rule is not a big Hollis. He's not.
No, but you know what? He's still an Ewok though.
You can call him now. He's Coach Rule now with me. I can't call him. No more Ewok jokes from me, but more for you. But there's things that look good. It's exciting. And then our volleyball team, wow. They dominated Stanford today. Mm-hmm. They beat Pitt pretty good. And Harper Murray gave us, I hate to say that I enjoyed this, but my dark side enjoyed this. We have the volleyball version of the Kenny Bell hit. Harper Murray doing that spike right to the Pitt player's face. I admit, it's me.
It's a highlight. It will be on a lot of highlight videos.
I laughed a little bit. Same thing when I saw Pitt. I was wrong of me, I admit, but it's like we have the volleyball version of the Kenny Bell hit. Yeah. But Harper Murray did say she apologized to the player and everything, and she felt bad, and she wasn't aiming for the head, but it just happened. But I tell you, man, dominance right there. That shows dominance right there.
And you know, I think this Husker squad, the volleyball squad, has something to prove after the past 2 years.
We've had national championship quality teams the last 2 years, and it's a bummer Cook isn't with us, but I think the old bus boom is young and hungry, and I think maybe we have a better chance with someone young and hungry now, because they're playing with their hair on fire. They're fun to watch. I love it. Yeah,
and you know, even though she's from Nebraska, won a national championship, was tutelage under Cook. When she was at Lewis, where was it? Where did she come from? Louisville?
Louisville, yeah.
Yeah, when she was at Louisville, she brought her volleyball team to the Final Four. Mm-hmm. And I think she even made it to the finals 1 year but lost. Mm-hmm. So she can get it.
And Louisville does not have nearly the support or resources Nebraska has. So pretty much she's shown that she's an expert speed racer, and Cook just gave her the keys to the Cadillac right there. I mean, keys to the Corvette, excuse me. We need a Corvette, keys to the Corvette. A Lambo. Yeah, keys to the Lambo. I like that, the Lambo. Yeah. But that's something, too. And then I got to talk about an experience I had. I got to, thanks to a coworker, Mr. Berger of mine, took me to Husker Fan Day, and I had a blast. I didn't get to meet all of the offensive players because more people are in line for the offense. Last year, I went and met all the defense. It's possible to meet all the defense, but offense, it's going to take too long. But I got there early enough. I realized, wait, I'm going to have to wait a little bit, and I won't be able to get all the offense, but I'm in the Dylan Rayola line. I'm going to meet Dylan. And so I was like, okay, I'm going to stand in line. And when I finally got to him, Dylan Rayola, he's sitting down for all the kids. For the adults, he and you can't see this on the radio, but I'm standing for Jon.
Use your imagination.
Use your imagination.
Okay.
I get there, and Dylan, he totally stands up, sticks his chest out like this. I totally did that, like, hey. And then he shook my hand like, do. And he's like, oh, and I'm like, hey, thanks for doing what you do at Nebraska, and I admit, me personally, Dylan Rayola, he's a guy I don't like that he gets paid. I've heard $1 million, I've heard $1.5 million, I've heard $3 million. I don't know what the number's right, but it's a lot of money. I don't know, but after meeting him, I like him more. And he was like, oh, yeah, nice, thanks, man. And then I said, hey, Dylan, could you please sign in a special way on this? And he goes, how? And I said, I want you to sign right on the end. You know what that means, right? If you sign on the end, you got to live up to that. You're going to be one of the greats. And he goes, I'll definitely sign on the end, and I'll definitely be one of the greats. And I'm like, I squeaked right there. I yelled like right there because he's like, I got you, man. Of course I'll sign on the end, and of course I will earn being signed on the end. And I was like, oh my gosh, like that was so cool. And so I met the old Dylan. So that's the young Dylan. He's not old. The young Dylan. Oh, yeah. His dad's the old Rayola. But Rayola.
Yep, and I think he has younger brothers playing too.
And his younger brother was on ESPN and played a heck of a game.
He's a southpaw too.
So that's something pretty exciting. I met Archie the Aussie, too. Before his mom and dad, he cried about his mom and dad, and that's okay. I get it. That's a long way. I couldn't even comprehend being that far. But anyhow.
Is he a freshman?
He's got a good heart. I don't know. I don't know the answer to that. But anyhow, when I met him, I'm like, hey, thanks for coming all the way from Australia. And he goes, no problem, Mike. Glad to be here. And I'm like, whoa! You're going to hear me geek out on this. I met Rocco Spindler from Notre Dame, and that was cool. I met Pritchett. I met Harburg. I met, Carter Nelson, too. So I got I got quarterbacks, linemen, tight ends, and specialists. I didn't get the receivers and running backs, but that's solid. One thing that was really cool, and I want to shout out to this guy, the guy in front of me in line meeting Harburg, he drops off a helmet for him to sign, and he says, I know you moved to tight end, but I'm serious about this. This helmet has been signed by Tommy Frazier, Brooke Behringer, Jerry Taggy, Eric Crouch. I want your name next to these guys. And Heinrich Harburg said, I can't do that. No, I don't belong there. And the fan said, yes, you do. And so that's kind of cool. That was kind of cool to see.
You know what? That's exciting that you met him. You know what Harburg reminds me of?
Mm-hmm.
Guess.
Brooke Behringer.
No. All right. He didn't go to Nebraska. He actually played at Florida, and he was your quarterback for the Broncos.
That's my horse, Winnie. Are you talking about Tebow?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I see that a little bit.
Yeah, he's a big guy, ran, as quarterback, running over people, throwing, but he's lefty, but he's the same kind of style, switching in the NFL, but he's doing it in college, and I think it's going to work out for him.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
That's very cool, but...
one thing that I'm really looking forward to this year?
Yeah.
It's something that the last couple of years, with Rule, we didn't know what we're going to get. Hopefully he did what he did at Temple and Baylor. But besides that, he's recruiting a lot of former Nebraska kids, Huskers, all that stuff. But I have a connection with a couple people that I knew growing up, that their sons are just committed to Nebraska. One committed last year. He's a freshman this year. I have another one that his son is going to be there, and he's going to be a starting linebacker, Jordan.
Yeah.
And the nice thing about it is I knew his father back in the day when I was working at Sydney as an assistant coach under his coach. So it's just fun that or for me, it's exciting to see people that and their kids are at Nebraska and they're having success.
Yeah.
So the next couple of years is going to be fun.
I think so. And that's something too. I'm not a gamer myself, but I've seen this year Troy Dannon has shown more of Nebraska's traditions in the video game. They got the drone show, they got the tunnel walk. I'm glad Trev got us to where I'm glad he got us Rule, but he was almost a little too boring with the stuff. I do love Dannon with the red end zones. I just wish it said Cornhuskers instead of Huskers, but I'll allow it. But, for the video game, the kids and the recruits, they're going to play it. Why not show off the cool stuff about our university? And so there's more cool stuff. They don't have Thunderstruck when, Inner Sandman is on for Virginia Tech. They didn't pay the rights for those, but I don't know. I think they're waiting till we get really good, which I get that. Let's prove it. And that's another thing. The stadium expansion project has been totally nope. South Stadium's in bad shape, but...
And it's not because they don't want to. It's just financially the university's underwater right now, and they're trying to get out of it. Yeah, and why add more to it?
It's bad optics because, they're trying to get some teachers to take buyouts. They had Andrew Gold that refused his bonus. Because it would be bad optics to be building several $1 million project when people are not being laid off, but it's kind of that step before a layoff.
And that's the part that, I get that. They want to build new facilities and stuff like that, upgrade it, make it more friendly for the fans and everything. Yeah. I get that. But do you think we would have that money if NIL wasn't a thing?
I think so.
Yeah, and that's the part where... And I'm not a big fan of the NIL. I'm a like, I understand, like, they should get paid, but millions of dollars.
Some of them are getting paid too much, or they should do, if you're getting paid that much, you pay for your own school.
Yeah.
So a scholarship is free, but that's above my pay grade.
Yeah, and I just, I don't know.
I've heard from a couple boosters that were mad at our facilities upgrade because they look great. The hot tub room looks like a spaceship. And they have the sleeping pods, you know. They're like a little space pod, you know.
Pressure chamber.
Yeah, and those are cool, but the thing is, I've heard a lot of boosters say we should have never built that. We should have just went even more into NIL. But you know what? I'm glad we upgrade our facilities now, because right now a lot of places aren't upgrading because of NIL.
Yeah.
And also, you know, prices are going up for raw materials to build.
Yeah.
And that's a lot of it too. And so we got it while we could.
Yeah.
So
and it's good.
we're in a good place. We're in a good place.
Yeah, and it's harder even today. Like, let's talk personally. If you want to build a house today, even here, it's going to cost more.
Yeah.
And everything. So it's just one of those things that, you know, inflation, you know, each year it's going to get higher and higher. So.
And so it is what it is. And I get also, boosters' money will come once we start being really good again.
Yeah.
And I think Dannon gets it, you know.
Yeah.
I think he does. Yeah. Another thing, alternate uniforms. I know this is something I've changed my viewpoint on many times. So if you're listening and you go, well, last year you said this, I've seriously been changing my mind on it. Have you seen our alternates for this year?
Yes, I do. And my opinion is this. I'm not a big fan of alternate uniforms to a point. They're okay because it's just like, it's just one time, and I understand that, and you kind of have to, you know, keep up with the Joneses or Oregon. I mean, that's the thing is like when Oregon switches their uniforms all the time. It's just, to me, it's just like that's their little.
That's their gimmick. And we shouldn't be Oregon, yeah.
And the thing is, it's Nebraska. But these uniforms, I really like.
Me too. I thought they look clean. They look sharp.
But the thing is, really, the black uniforms, they're Nebraska's uniform. They're the red and white ones, but the only thing they changed is the red to black. It's the exact same uniform. It's just...
It fits.
Black and white.
Here's the thing. Okay, Notre Dame has gone a little crazy on their alternates lately, you know, but what it used to be, Notre Dame, their colors are blue and gold. And for special games, they would wear green. Green is not a school color. Even though they're the Fighting Irish, it's blue and gold. It is not a school color.
If you're the Irish guy, you do wear green.
Yeah, the Leprechaun wears green, but it's not an official school color, but green was for... They did alternate uniforms before it was a thing. Black, you know, years ago, and I've heard my dad would be so mad at me for saying this because my dad was big no-no on black uniforms. And I know some fans of this podcast say black's not a school color. No, my thing is, you know... the kids do like alternate uniforms, and as long as we're not like Oregon or, you know, the first alternate uniforms we had under Pelini, those weird space looking things, gross. Yeah. I mean, they weren't that great.
And didn't we beat Ohio State in one of them?
Well, I looked up the record. We are 6-6 whenever wearing alternate uniforms. So we've broken even. You can't say a uniform combination is cursed either, because look at the last 10 years. In our standard unis, we've lost a lot. So we can't blame... that. And honestly, okay, black is not a school color. Okay. But is the black shirts a tradition?
Yep.
Yeah. Now, my dad, back when he was alive, would say, but if you have the whole team wear blacks, that totally waters down the black shirt tradition, making everyone a black shirt. Not quite. We don't have the skull and crossbones on these.
No.
It's
not
just
like
a harken to that.
The previous ones.
Yeah, those ones I could see my dad's argument will work. And then volleyball has the black shorts now. Black, it's kind of permeated the whole thing. Trev Alberts gave a couple basketball players who had a great defensive game, he gave them black jerseys. So that's something too. So, I mean, black is not a school color, but we have a tradition with the black shirts tradition. It's spread to other sports. Other sports have used it not as a school color, but an alternate, and it's a change up. And really, an alternate is neutral. You know, Notre Dame's alternate was a green because of the leprechaun. You know, it's not a school color, and they're the Irish. It makes sense. If Nebraska is going to do an alternate color, black is the only one that works. If we did anthracite, if we did brown, no. None of those.
No, not brown. No.
Yeah.
But anyway.
By the way, Cleveland Browns are doing all brown uniforms, and they're sponsored by Dude Wipes. No kidding. I'm not making this up. Google it up.
Well, they are the Browns.
So it makes sense, yeah.
But here's
not
the
the oranges.
So you're talking about, how Notre Dame would wear the green, but
for special occasions.
Just I want you to go with me on this one.
Okay.
Nebraska did wear an alternate uniform under Tom Osborne. You know that?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Did you know?
1986.
Yeah.
All Reds, and we are doing that for the Houston Christian game this year, I have heard too.
Yeah.
Just the red pants and the red, which, you know what? Some say it looks like pajamas, maybe it does, but, if the kids like it and it's not a radical change from the uni, I'm fine with it. When I played the video game, I've done that back in the day.
But, but Osborne did it because I remember that game. They played Oklahoma. They came out for practice for warm-ups wearing their uniforms. Red
tops, red bottoms.
No, they didn't have. They had white top or white bottoms.
No. Well, that's their standard home uni. It was 86 was red and red with white helmet.
This is what they did. That game, they came out warm-ups.
Oh,
red top, white. But then when they went back in, they changed and came out.
Oh, I never knew that. I learned something today. Thanks.
Yeah. So
I never knew that story.
Yeah. So, but I'm just
Osborne
saying.
did an alternate.
Yeah, there is. So it's just one of those things that I like the black one. I like the all red one, and basically, you know what? I'm okay with that because basically, it's not really changing it. It's the same uniform. You just from red to black. And the white pants are now red. And you know what? I think it'd be exciting.
And then, here's another thing. We are wearing all whites against Minnesota. And I saw your eyes perk up. Amongst the fan base, people say all whites is the surrender whites. They're cursed. When Solich had his 7-7 season, we had all whites for an away jersey. Callahan's last game, they were all whites. But the things, we've won games in all whites too, though.
Let's think about, you're talking about Solich's. They had a different uniform.
They did. They had the big stripe.
They didn't have red pants at all that time.
No, they didn't. Okay. So that's why they had all whites.
That's why they had all whites. And that's because they changed it a little bit. And that was one and done. Got rid of those.
Yeah, those looked weird.
The stripes on the pants was taken off. Then it was brought back. Then it was taken off because of Scott. And now they're back on. I like that. But,
I like the stripies.
Yeah, but the thing is, I remember we were playing in Colorado. Joe Gans.
Yep.
That game, Joe Gans, we beat Colorado. It was Thanksgiving, the day after Thanksgiving, that Friday, Black Friday game. And I remember because Pelini brought him out and we beat him. And I don't know if it was to be bowl eligible. I don't think so because Pelini had 9 wins. So, but it's just one of those things that he did it, and you know what? It works, and I do like him. Now
they do look clean, white on white. And I used to be a guy that would say no white uniform, surrender. I backed off because we've won a few games in all white. Fresno State with Pelini, and then when they did the white chrome, that was the only space-looking uniform we had that was decent. That was kind of clean. Yeah. So I get it, and I like. I was listening to Doc Rob. He said you can't say the surrender whites are cursed because look at how much we've lost in the last 10 years. Our current uniforms are cursed by that lot. So anything goes. And I'm a Denver Broncos fan. And I know everyone's going to sigh, all the Chiefs fans out there. But
I'm not a Chiefs fan.
Oh, you are? What are you again? I forgot.
Steelers.
Oh, yeah, you're the Pittsburgh. Okay.
We do have one more Super Bowl than the Cowboys.
Yeah, but
at least you're not the Cowboys.
The Broncos, what they do is they have an interchangeable uniform pack and then the throwbacks. And honestly, I like that. And here's why. In the Big Ten, a lot of teams wear red. And I admit, when we play Wisconsin, it's hard for me watching it on TV to tell who's who. Yeah. It's got to be hard to throw to. And so I like where, you play Wisconsin. If they're all white, you go all red for contrast. Or if they're all red, you go white, I'm okay with shifting and doing all reds or all whites or black for contrast.
Yeah. Do we play Wisconsin this year?
I think so, but I'm not sure. You might want to pull it up.
I don't know if it's...
But ultimately, these black unis look good. I just wish we had a black helmet with the white end to go full on Darth Vader, you know. I got a story from my old playing days. Back before we had the great coach Kevin Dotson rebuild the program at St. Pat's, we struggled mightily. And my freshman year, back when we had the coach before him, when we weren't a good program, we got beat 71-0 by Chase County, whose name was Imperial back then.
Yeah.
Their colors are black and orange.
Orange and black, baby.
Yeah, they were. But anyhow,
that's my school.
We had 25 people out for football. And this is my freshman year. Imperial had 125 out for football. And so we're doing our little jumping jacks, you know, counting them and spelling Irishman. And Chase County Imperial comes out, and they're going 1, 2, 3. And they were black tops, black bottoms, black helmets. They looked like 125 Darth Vaders all going 1, 2,
with the
3.
Orange stripes.
Yeah, with a little bit of orange.
With the LSU stripes. Yeah,
oh,
I know that.
But it was scary. And I remember I was a freshman. I remember like 5th play of the game, our quarterback got hurt. Like guys that I was just a freshman, so every practice I would get beat up on by the seniors, legally of course, because football's a contact sport. But anyhow, I saw 5 of the guys that used to beat me up in practice legally get injured, and it's 4th quarter. And the coach goes, "Hollis, you're going in," and I'm like, "No!" I thought if the guys that beat me up are getting hurt, I'm going to get killed. And I got screamed at, and I did go in, but not my proudest moment. I was trying to run and hide because
so the
guys
all black
that
uniforms you didn't like.
It scared me.
You know what?
No. They were intimidating. That's why I said I wish Nebraska had a black helmet with the all black because it was scary. I was frightened of those Longhorns, those Imperial Longhorns back in the day.
I grew up in Lexington. We're orange and black.
Yep.
We had black pants and black tops and an orange helmet. All right. Yeah. It was fun. I mean, I enjoyed the all black.
Yeah.
So I'm all right with that. It wasn't intimidating.
I wish the white helmet with the black end looks okay, but if they went all black, if they totally went all Darth Vader, if you're gonna have black as an alternate, commit. Just a bunch of.
Well, the hype video would have been a lot different, but we
could have the band play bum 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 bum. Go ahead, sorry.
But you got to get permission from the big man to use Darth Vader.
Yeah, that's true. So, but that's something too. So the alternate uniforms, I think, are okay, and I would not be opposed to just for a red, a white, and a black, just that you could interchange and mix and match, much like the Broncos have with their white, blue, and orange.
And you like you said, Wisconsin, but we don't play Wisconsin this year. I think that black uniform would be great if we would have played Wisconsin this year. You know what? Alternators were, I'm okay with it now. But let's talk about predictions.
Okay,
what do you think the outcome is going to be this year?
Here's the thing. When I predict, I'm always going to err on the side of conservative just because, we're still, we're getting better. And I do think we're in the right direction. But I know that getting used to winning can be tough. But, I definitely can see things getting better than not. On my official, if I was a betting man, I would say minimum 8 wins. But I'm saying I wouldn't be surprised if we get 9, 10, or even 11 or 12. I could see us going on a tear, but I would say if you were to write down, I would say my written down, if I was a betting man, I'd put money on 8. I would. I seriously think if we don't get 8, I don't know what's wrong. With the roster we got, with the coaches we got, I would be really surprised if we got less than 8. Yeah. It should be more than 8, though, I would say. So it's 8 with possible.
I'm thinking 10 or 11.
And that's very possible.
Just by looking at the schedule. But the thing is, it is prediction at the beginning because we don't know which team is actually going to be better than what they really are.
And here's the thing. Latif is impressing people in practice. He might be a capable backup for Raiola, but the thing is, if Raiola were to go down with an injury, that changes things because we do rely on him. And that's why I'm going with 8. It's not lack of belief in the Huskers. It's saying That could happen, and we could still eke out 8 with that.
But the thing is, if our defense steps up and our offense scores...
Defense should be decent. Not as good as last year because we lost all the COVID seniors, but we got a lot of coaches to replace Tony White. We got 3 good ones to replace Tony White.
Yeah.
1 good guy got replaced by 3 good guys.
Yeah, and I'm looking at... Yeah, we got to replace it, but we have some young guns in there, and I think we'll step up. But if we can at least stop them when we need to, their offense scores a lot of points, then we can get those backups in, and that's the key. So defense has to be on their game. We got to score points, and then
our offense should be a lot better.
Right.
Our offense should be electric.
Yep. Let's talk about the games, okay?
Yeah, let's go.
All right, first game, Cincinnati. In Arrowhead, not a home game for us, home game actually for Cincinnati. So they're bringing them here, or bringing it down to Kansas City. Win. I'm thinking win.
I would be extremely disappointed if it's a loss because I'm expecting a win. Now, in all of the computerized simulations, Nebraska wins by about 5 to 7 points. For some reason, I got this in my gut. We win by 14 or more.
Yeah.
I think we allow some points. I think our defense isn't totally there yet, but I predict a game similar to the Colorado game where we jump out with a lead at the beginning and maybe we struggle a little in the second half. Hopefully not as much as Colorado, but I would really like a dominant win, and my gut is saying we're going to have a dominant win and people are going to be talking.
Akron. Win.
Win, boom.
Okay, HCU.
In the All Reds, we win. We maybe play sloppy, but we win because,
All right. Now, Michigan in Memorial Stadium. They're not the Michigan of old.
No.
Or the last 2 years. Even last year's Michigan team struggled, and but they did beat Ohio State.
And I think they can't have their head coach either because of the disciplining that they got.
I don't know.
So
but
they're without a head coach.
It is in Lincoln. And you know what? We do play Michigan well since we've been in the Big Ten, and we do have a winning record against
Except
them.
for that last year, but they were cheating.
Or 2 years ago or whatever.
Here's what I'm going to say. Carve this in granite, 100% we beat Michigan. I am 100% confident they're going down. The students are going to rush the field for that because it'll be a big, high-profile win.
Okay. Now, I'm saying, so Michigan's big brother, little brother, we play next.
Yep, the
Michigan
meat
State.
chicken nuggets. The meat chicken nuggets is what the illustrious Mike Gap used to call
I believe
them.
we have a bye. So, and they're
Historically, we've done worse after a bye, though.
But we are playing in Nebraska. We're playing in Memorial Stadium. I think it's a win.
I think it is, but if there's any game that's the trap game, that is one that we should win, that we drop. Because sometimes rural teams drop a game that they should win,
Let's not go more and say no.
Yeah, it should be a win, but I'm saying if there's a trap game, that's a trap game.
Okay.
Watch out. The Turtles? Well, you ever played Super Mario Brothers?
What
does Mario do to turtles? He jumps on them and then he kicks them.
Yeah.
And Mario wears red, so do the Huskers. I think we jump on the turtles and kick them.
All right. Next one is one of those games. It's in Minneapolis, Minnesota.
The Fighting Fleckaroos, and we're playing all whites.
I still think it's a win. Michigan or Minnesota plays us.
They play tough. Well. They play us tough, but I think this time we win.
Yeah.
I just do.
Okay.
We better because I don't like PJ Fleck either. Yeah. He's publicly saying he wants the Nebraska job if Rule didn't work out. He was telling people that. Nope, he can't come here.
All right. Northwestern.
The Wildcats, they always play us extremely tough, but I think now we're starting to get good. We should beat them, and we're going to beat them. I think with Rule, the games we should win, that's going to happen more, where that's a should win. Yeah. Not even a trap game.
Now, USC.
That's going to be in the All Blacks Halloween weekend. That's going to be a fun game. USC is super talented. Lincoln Riley's a do-or-die year. So they're going to be tough. That could go either way, but also they have a lot more pressure on them than we have.
Yeah. And I look at it, I agree with you on this, because that could go either way.
It really could.
We are in Lincoln. We are going to be playing in the All Blacks. And it really depends on injuries at the time on both sides. But I can see us losing, but I also can see us winning.
Me too. And here's my thing. If we beat USC in a night game, Halloween weekend with all black uniforms, I really see us playoff bound.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
going to say that. Like,
I mean, right now
sky's
you're
the
undefeated.
limit.
Yeah.
Great teams win games like that,
Now,
and we would be one of those.
The next game is UCLA.
Mm-hmm.
That's right after we have to go to the West Coast.
In the Rose Bowl.
Yep, and I think we should win that one, but that's kind of another one. You know, you're off of a big night game, all black uniform. If you come off with a win, boom. But if you come off with a loss, I think that was going to be a tough one. We should win this one, you know, and I should be like, I say 95% we win no matter what. But
I'm going to disagree on this. I say that's a 100% we win because here's the thing. Yeah, I know after an emotional win, sometimes there's a letdown, but I think we beat USC on that big of a stage in all black uniforms Halloween weekend. Our confidence is going to be through the roof and we just take care of business. But if we lose to USC, we pound UCLA. That's our revenge game. But that's why I think we beat UCLA.
Yeah, and I think we will too. So 100%. As of now, if everything goes right, we're undefeated. We get a bye week, and guess who we play next?
Who's that? Is that
Penn State?
That's going to be
in Happy Valley.
That's going to be a good game. I know a lot of people are saying that as a loss, but my thing is, boy, if we have beaten both Michigan teams, if we were undefeated and beat USC, hey, we're a good team too, Penn State. That's the one thing. But that's going to be a classic game if we're at that point. Yeah. I know a lot of people are saying that's the automatic loss, but I don't know. It'll be interesting to see. Yeah. Rule has not beaten very many top 25 opponents, and that's a concern. But Rule has not had an offensive coordinator and a special teams coach like he has now.
And like I said, so if we're going to lose, probably there because Penn State is very good.
Happy Valley is a very tough place to play.
All right. So if we lose, we lose. All right. And then we play Iowa.
We win that 100%. 100%.
Yeah. So as what I'm saying right now, we should be 11-1,
and we should be in the Big Ten championship game. And I know the top 4 teams get a playoff bid. Saying we're a dark horse for playoffs is not impossible. Yeah. Now, there are games that could not go our way if we get an injury. There's some games we might lose, but best possible case, we have a shot. I'm going to say that.
And the thing is, like, the ones that were like, okay, Michigan, okay, and then you got USC, okay, them are the ones that are at home. Mm-hmm. So that's why I feel slants our way. Could we lose those? You bet we could. But, but the worst case scenario, say we do lose to Michigan. Say we do lose
the first game. That'd be terrible, but it could happen.
And maybe we do lose to USC. And then we lose. It's still 3 losses.
Yeah.
But I don't see probably previous games you're sitting there and you're like, okay, Minnesota's a loss, USC's a loss, Michigan's a loss, Penn State's a loss, Iowa's a loss. I mean, you're like sitting there, but I don't have that vibe anymore.
I don't. Rule seems to be doing the right things. We seem to be having more fun at practice and not Mike Riley water balloon fights and ice cream with sprinkles fun. Did you see the video of the band coming to practice and they're playing with the band? So cool. I haven't seen our players, and that's not goofy fun. That's good fun, so that's what it is. I think we should wrap it up. It's good to see you.
Yeah, I think.
But it's going to be a fun year, and I think that's good. And I admit I'm going to get personal and emotional. Chip Smith, my mentor, and he was a longtime BugPod fan, and he passed away. And before he passed away, he even told me, because he knew he was dying, and he was like, if you don't do the BugPod, I will come back from the dead and haunt you. Now, I don't know if this was just my dream or not, but after he died, I've had a couple dreams where I've talked with Chip, and Chip said, how's the BugPod? And he goes, you are going to keep doing the BugPod, right? And I admit, when we had no spring game, I thought about not doing it, but I'm just going to say, Chip, we did this for you, buddy. And thanks for watching down on us, and thanks for being a part of this. And it'll be exciting. Early. And maybe we finally, every season with the BugPod, we've had bad seasons. Maybe this is, I'm just sad, Chip, you couldn't be here on this plane of existence to watch this good season, but you're still watching us, and maybe this is finally the good season, the fun season we have on the BugPod, so that'll be good. So yeah, well, anyhow, you have a good one, and go Big Red, throw the bones.
Throw the bone!